What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Tuesdays with Tincho. It's your boy Tincho coming at you guys again with a new video. So as you guys know, the leagues in Europe have already kicked off, and within 2-3 weeks we already have a lot to talk about. Things first, I just want to shout out everyone that followed my new Instagram after we had a little bit of a problem in the summer during the World Cup. So if you don't follow my new Instagram, it's Tincho_pair_sources. Obviously my Twitter is still the same, MP_pair_sources. Make sure you like and subscribe to this channel. We'll be posting a lot more videos in the upcoming weeks, and we're also in the works of a podcast, so be on the lookout for that as well. And as we go to England, obviously we have to talk about it. The man of the hour, Jose Mourinho himself, having another breakdown in the press conference. Mourinho keeps getting this pass because of his past, no pun intended. But, in reality, it's been a few years since Mourinho has last been a world-class manager. He's destroyed more teams and he's won Premier League titles in the last few seasons. Scratch that. He's destroyed more teams and he's won league titles in the last few years. People need to stop giving him a pass because of his past and realize that he hasn't adapted and that he won't be adapting anytime soon. I really think that Mourinho needs to take a sabbatical, take a year off, study the game, and just come back with different tactics and with a different mentality. He hasn't adapted his style, he hasn't adapted his game, and the game evolves. Some of the smartest managers of all time have been able to stay relevant for so long because they update their tactics, they learn that the game is evolving, and they evolve with the game. Since joining Real Madrid in 2010, he's won 2 league titles. One with Madrid in 2012 and one with Chelsea when he came back. 2 in 8 years? And let's not even talk about Champions League, which at one point that was his biggest attraction. Those of you guys that have been following my work for years, you guys have known that I've been saying that Mourinho was not the manager for United. I've been saying this since 2017. I was saying that when United was on the verge of winning the Europa League, I kept saying that he was not the manager, that it was going to blow up in their face, that it was a temporary solution, and that it was going to come back to haunt them. And here we are now, beginning of 2018-2019 season, and it's exactly what we expected from Mourinho. I know that United fans were desperate to get out of that slump, that post-Sir Alex Ferguson slump, and they may have gone out of it for a little bit, but they're right back to where they started. So I'll say it again, time and time again, for United to get out of the slump permanently, they're going to need to get rid of Jose Mourinho, bring in a manager that's looking for a project for a long term, and just build from there. They need to have patience. Bad habits take a long time to get rid of, but you build a plan, you build it up from the youth academy, and you just start fresh. You start fresh, you have time, you have patience, and eventually you go back to where you were. But momentarily, solutions will only last. Now, how crazy has the Serie A been so far, man? We've had late goals, we've got comebacks, blown leads, wonder goals, cheeky little goals like Pastore. We got a struggling CR7 that the media keeps blaming it on him, and that somehow Juve will keep winning even though it's a team game, and just because one player is not playing well doesn't mean that the whole team isn't doing well, and that they're going to continue shining the light on Cristiano not being able to score even though Juve is still playing good and they'll still probably win the league. There's so much going on in the Serie A right now. It's a league that for many years had lost its protagonism, and now it's right back to the top, in my opinion. I really, really hope that the Serie A gives us a lot to talk about this season. Great teams that are coming up. Napoli under Carlo Ancelotti, I'm super excited for. I really want to see how they go out. Juve, obviously, as soon as they got Cristiano Ronaldo, took an extra step up. Obviously, they're going to be the focus point of the season, but I want to see how the rest of the players, how Allegri manages to deal with Cristiano Ronaldo, because once you add a superstar like Cristiano Ronaldo, that changes a whole lot to the team, to the chemistry, to everything that was already set in place for Juve. So I want to see how that goes out, his relationship with Dybala. Obviously, when he gets the ball rolling, it's just a matter of time until he gets the ball rolling. Once Cristiano scores one, he's going to start piling up. So right now, he hasn't scored in 2 games, which obviously is not a big deal. He'll get it going. I really want to see how they go out, and I really am interested in seeing how well they do in Europe, because obviously Cristiano is Mr. Champions League, but there's been too many little issues going on in Juve recently, and I think that the addition of Bonucci is probably just as big for Juve as Cristiano's was, because I think that Bonucci as a defender himself maybe isn't world class as he was with Juve, but his partnership with Chiellini is one of the best in the world, so I really want to see how they pan out. And again, I want to see how Allegri manages the team now that Cristiano's there. I'm also interested in seeing both teams from Milan. Obviously, Inter Milan made some great signings in the summer, so I want to see how that pans out. If this second year of Gennaro Gattuso with AC Milan will bring in better results for the Rossoneri. So Roma's secretly been building up since Monchi got there. they've designed a really competitive squad. Just bring us a surprise, bring us an interesting league that we haven't seen in a while. La Liga has this brilliant idea of trying to bring in some games to the USA, actually trying to bring them to North America, not just the United States. Canada and Mexico would also be added into that. That just doesn't make any sense. Why would a player in the middle of the season want to fly at least 10 hours to another destination just to play a league game? Guessing they would be smart enough to do it on a week where they don't have Champions League and they have more time to recover, probably in a week where they don't have a midweek game so that they have a full week to recover. But even then, a 10-hour flight, let's say, give or take, it could be between 6 and 10 hours depending on where in the US or in North America they go. That's still a lot of miles flown. That still takes up a lot of time for your body to recover and still perform the next day. They can't be doing these trips like this. Imagine the fans are going to be missing out on that. That means that one of the fan bases isn't going to be able to watch their home team play in front of them. That means that one team is going to have to play 2 away games pretty much, because Girona's not going to attract the same amount of Barca fans here in the United States. You know what I mean? So realistically, they're going to play 2 away games without their home support. So why is that fair? So that concludes this week's episode of Tuesdays with Tincho. Be on the lookout for new videos coming out every other Tuesday on this channel. Be on the lookout for new podcasts. We got some new articles coming up. And again, follow my new Instagram, Tincho_PairSources. Still the same Twitter, MP_PairSources. And as usual, if you guys agree or disagree with me, let me know. Comment below. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up on any social media platform. And be on the lookout for a new video in about 2 weeks or so. So as always, guys, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys next time.